Hello, Leo. Welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Genie. This reading is for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's a timeless reading. When you were guided here, you were meant to hear this message. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for your support. As I said, I'm Mr. Genie. I'm from the USA. Currently live on a little island in the Caribbean. I'm interested to know where you're listening from, so drop it in the comments. I love seeing the different places around the world. Spirit's message is reaching. It also gives us opportunity, Leo, to connect with each other. Each week I have a giveaway for my followers and or subscribers. I give away a free live reading. If you wish to enter, of course, you have to be a follower and or subscriber. And write in the comments, I believe in magic. I'm excited to announce I have subscriptions available. I invite you all to subscribe and thank all of you who already have. It's completely different than the public forum. There I'm able to really clarify and do extended readings and use different tarot cards. And, you know, I'm not just a tarot reader, I'm a mystic as well, so I could share a lot more on the private forum. The public forum, there's so many problems with it. Just today alone, they muted a bunch of videos saying that I have not permission to use sounds in the video, and I don't even have sounds in any of my videos. So come on over and subscribe and join us on the other side where we can really share and get to know each other. And like I said, there's all kinds of perks as well. I also want to let you know I started a new channel, Mr. Genie the Shadow. It's where we dive into the shadows, just like I say, where their fears and blockages lie so that we can confront them, begin the healing process, and remove the blockages and fears so that you can receive all God wants you to receive. Check it out. Today's message is being pulled from the beautiful Eloquii Oracle deck. It is a beautiful deck, and it's very powerful. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And we're clarifying with the Deviant Moon Tarot, being that we're under the full moon energies. Thank you, Spirit. What do we have for Leo? Thank you. Elixir. She who forgives. Remorse, guilt, and forgiveness. And I remind you, there's no gender in tarot. This deck just so happens to have females. So, she who forgives, he who forgives. Let's see what this is all about. There's something that you're dealing with right now that's going to require some kind of forgiveness. But let's read from the book. Elixir. Elixir, she who forgives. I'm going to keep this here so you can see it while I read. She who forgives wears simple autumn leaves in her hair. Her hazel eyes welcome you to her world. The green of her gown echoes nature's favorite color. She is a healer. She holds an intricately etched decanter containing a healer elixir of forgiveness. But there is a dare hidden here. Like all miracle cures, you must seek her out and complete a task. Elixir's magical liquid can soothe your woes, but first you must address what caused those pains in the first place. Are you willing to engage in this arduous, possibly perilous journey to the center of yourself? Elixir appears because you seem to be seeking solace from hurts inflicted by others. You must ask yourself if those wounds were self-inflicted. Did you stay too long when you knew you should go? Did you not return when you had the message that you were needed? There are so many ways we can harm ourselves, but the worst of all is guilt. Hold on, I have to flip the page here. We heap blame upon ourselves when we can't undo what's been done. Remorse for things said or unsaid, all this must be dealt with when we seek healing. The message of this card is you can be healed, but first you must forgive yourself. Of course, you know, there's always two sides to every story. No matter, you know, who's the one doing the harm. You know, my grandmother used to say to me, you can't No one can walk on you unless you lay down. You know, we have a good guidance system. It's called our intuition. And if you look back on anything, we all could say, oh, yeah, there were signs, there were signals, there were red flags, there were all these things. And sometimes we just choose to ignore them, or we don't set boundaries that are needed. So there's some kind of lesson here that Spirit is wanting you to look back on, but not only to forgive whoever harmed you, but to forgive yourself, because we're all human and we go through things, lessons in life, not to weaken us, but to make us wiser and to make us stronger. So let's see what the tarot has to say. What is this forgiveness all about, Spirit? Thank you. We have the Tower right out the gate. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. But, you know, this is the card, if you listen to my readings, that I call God's Tough Love card. And it's exactly, you know, what I was just hearing Spirit saying. That's why, you know, I'm not just a tarot reader, I'm a mystic. I hear what Spirit says and the cards follow. I call this God's Tough Love card because God sees what's coming in the future. And when we're not doing anything about a situation, we're sweeping things under the carpet or not setting boundaries or letting things get out of control. God knows what's coming up ahead, and out of the love that he has in his heart for us, he steps in with the Tower moment. It's usually sudden and it's usually very, very uncomfortable. But like I said, God does it out of tough love to spare us from what's to come. However, the good news is that God always gives the opportunity to rebuild again on a solid foundation, either with whomever the tower fell apart with or your own life. So something fell apart here, and it's time to rebuild is what Spirit's message is trying to get to you. But there's some forgiveness that needs to be learned here. There's some forgiveness that needs to be done, and something needs to be learned here in order for you to begin again on that solid foundation. The Ten of Wands. You're almost there, you know. You've had a long journey, and it hasn't been easy. It's been a rough one. But the Ten of Wands is, you know, the traditional tarot. The castle is in sight. So this is Spirit's way of saying you're almost there. There's just something that you need to do here, and that's to forgive somebody, or to forgive somebody and yourself. And the Sun. This is your energy. And the Sun, yes, the happiest card in the deck, but it's also about being clear. You know, the light has been shown. When the Tower comes, God lets us see everything. Everything gets revealed. And, you know, sometimes to face the truth and face reality is a little bit hard to swallow. And now we have the Wheel of Fortune. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, but it's time now to move forward. But in order for that wheel to move forward here, Leo, and get you moving in the right direction again, like I said, rebuilding your life with a solid foundation, somebody needs to be forgiven here. Then we have the Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries. And with the Emperor coming out here, it's Spirit's way of saying that, you know, if you're sitting waiting for whoever else is on the other side to come and, you know, take the first step, Spirit is saying you need to take control of the situation. Even if you're waiting on an apology, you don't have to get an apology in order to forgive somebody. You know, when the disciples asked Jesus in the Bible, how many times a day should we forgive? He said 7 times 70. You know, 490 times in a day. That's how important it is to forgive, even without an apology, because it's not for the person who did the wrong, but it's for your own self. The spirit, the energy of unforgiveness really blocks you from receiving any beautiful blessings that want to come into your life. Even if you're not focused on it, it's in your subconscious, and your subconscious brings in your reality. However, it's also not saying condoning what somebody did wrong to you. So by them doing their wrong and then by you not forgiving, you're kind of like double punishing yourself here. So Spirit wants you to forgive them, forgive yourself, and learn, you know, take the lesson learned and move forward. the Two of Swords. You see here, it's like the battle is in your own self here. It's time here now, even like I said, without getting an apology. Some of you are going to get an apology. But for those of you who don't even get an apology, Spirit wants you to forgive them and forgive yourself, because I feel here that you're beating yourself up probably even more than you're beating up in your mind, you know, whoever did you wrong. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about confusion. Yes, it's usually after the tower happens, there's a lot of confusion. The mind goes through a whirlwind of thoughts and all kinds of, you know, ups and downs and rehashings and all that. It's time to clear the smoke here. The sun is shining on the situation. The truth is revealed. The lesson, you know what it is inside of you. You know exactly what it is. It's time to forgive, and it's time to move forward. What other advice do you have here for Leo Spirit? The Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is about moving forward with confidence. It's then you can move forward with confidence and follow your passions and follow your dreams again. But also, too, for some of you here that you dealt with somebody that had Knight of Wands energy, that somebody who was gaslighting you, bullshitting you, making you false promises, and really your heart got involved, and then you ended up getting betrayed, or you ended up finding out you were only an option, etc., etc. Spirit says the lesson learned is boundaries, setting boundaries and staying consistent with them. By consistent, I mean that you mean what you say and you say what you mean, and no ifs or buts about it. Otherwise, it's like a child. If you don't do your homework, you can't watch TV, and 5 minutes later he turns on the television because they know you don't mean what you say. So say what you mean and mean what you say. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and God has a passionate, solid new beginning waiting for you. That is your message. It's a beautiful, powerful message, Leo. If this resonates, like, share, comment, follow. If you're ready following, thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please do. It's absolutely free. It's a click of a button, and it helps with the algorithm to get Spirit's message out to other Leos. I do my part. I ask that you help out, and please do yours. It's greatly appreciated. If you're looking for a personal reading, any life coaching or spell work, my information is in the description. It's also right here. If you don't know what spell work is, feel free to ask questions. I don't mind. It's powerful and it's real. It's about changing an outcome instead of accepting one. My spirit team and I, my love team, have had great success, even in the most complicated situations. We specialize in reuniting loved ones, all matters of the heart, which include bringing in new love. We also do financial spells, cord cutting, and spell removal if need be. If you're looking for life coaching, please also reach out through the email. I do not solicit to anyone. My spirit team and I, for decades, have helped people get through difficult times, difficult decisions. We want to believe, Leo, that we are humans with a spirit, so it's only human nature to deal with things in the 3D, the physical and mental, and a lot of times really don't get anywhere with it. My spirit team and I, we know for a fact we are spiritual beings with a human body. We deal with things in the spiritual realm. There you find your answers, there you get your results, and we help you to do that. If you have questions or are interested, reach out through the email. I have personal readings open at this time. I have readings to suit everyone's needs and everyone's budget. And when you're a subscriber, there are discounts on all the services my spirit team and I provide. Don't forget, check out Miss Jeannie the Shadow. And for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for subscribing, your support. God bless you till next time, Leo. Ciao.